Hail, fellow travelers. Tim from Secret Fire Books here. Welcome to another Random Book Wednesday. This week's random book is The Princess Bride by William Goldman. The funny thing about this book is that anytime I talk about The Princess Bride with anyone, it seems like they only ever know the movie. They've never actually read this book. I feel like I'm the only one who's read it. And don't get me wrong, I love the movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's one of the best movies from the 1980s. But the book is really special, and I feel like more people need to read this. Now, when it comes down to the plot of the book, it's pretty much the same as the movie. The movie is actually pretty much a beat for beat, shot for shot adaptation of the book, and that's because the author of the book, William Goldman, also wrote the screenplay for the movie. But where the book differs is with its framing device. In the movie, everyone knows the framing device. Little Fred Savage, sick in bed one day, and his grandfather comes by and reads him a bedtime story, and we move on to the fantasy story from there on. But in the book, the framing device is a lot different. In this, we have a fictionalized version of William Goldman tracking down an old book that his father used to read to him. And when he finds it, he gives it to his son as a birthday present, but his son hates it. His son gives up on the book halfway through the first chapter. And Goldman is puzzled by this because he remembers loving this book when his father read it to him as a kid, and he figured his son would love it as well. So he picks up the book, starts leafing through it, and he finds, to his horror, that The Princess Bride is actually not this rip-roaring, swashbuckling fantasy novel that he remembers it to be. It is, in fact, this lengthy, overly detailed historical treatise about the fictional kingdom of Florin. And so, disappointed by this revelation, William Goldman takes it upon himself to make an adaptation of The Princess Bride, his own adaptation, the good parts, as he calls it, that removes all of the kind of meaningless, rambling historical bits and just focuses on the adventurous aspects and the romantic aspects that he remembers being read as a child, because he figures out that his father, in order to get him to go to bed, would just flip through this book, skim through it, and find the good parts, the interesting parts, and read it to him. And that's the stuff that he remembers. And so the entirety of this book is littered with footnotes, quote unquote, left by William Goldman, talking about the elements that he removed from the story, the entire chapters that he omitted, things that he altered in order to flow better as an actual adventure novel. There's a lot of different levels of meta going on in this book, but it's fun. It's a really fun read. And like I said, if you're a huge fan of the movie, you owe it to yourself to read this book because it has its own unique charm that even the movie didn't capture, I feel. But that's all for now, guys. Let me know in the comments, as always, have you read The Princess Bride by William Goldman? What did you think of it? And regardless, I hope you'll join me for the next Random Book Wednesday. Until then, as always, farewell and keep reading.